Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am finally here to set up my monthly budget spread for the month of December. I have here my mock budget in my softbound notebook. Do I have my pen? Yes, right here. And I'm going to open up to my mock spread. If you guys are new to my channel, I do like to set up a budget for every single month. I have a whole playlist of the monthly budgets that I've been setting up for over 2 years now, so go ahead and check that playlist out. I typically have for the past 2 months been showing my face on camera as well, but since I have quite a bit to do and I don't have time to get ready, as well as I got some feedback and some of you guys actually didn't love that setup too much, I'm going to be going back to just showing you guys my planner and my hands. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Let me know how it is that you feel about the side-by-side of me and my planner like I've been doing for, I believe, November and October. I might end up doing that once again in the month of January, so in the new year, because I have great things planned for then, especially for paying off my debt and whatnot. But I'm trying to, as always, start the new month on the right foot, and definitely I'm very hopeful that I will end 2020 on a good note. So if you guys are wondering or are just new to my channel, I do like to use the Plum Paper monthly planner as my budget planner. I've been using this since the beginning of July, and I think I will end up using it all the way until June. I was thinking of maybe switching out of my monthly planner because I am going to be using something else in the new year for my weekly spreads, which I have not talked about it yet, but I'm sure I'll have a planner lineup type of video towards the end of the month. But I think I am going to stay in here just because I would like to keep all of my budgets in one book from July through June. So that's kind of what I'm doing. This is the December monthly view, which in my budget planner specifically, I use this to track all of my expenses, bills, no spend days, and whatnot. So this I will set up, I think, once I film my cash envelope stuffing video. But today we're going to be filming our monthly budget spread. So I have here the deluxe budget kit that comes with the budget kit, weekly check-in, and a washi. So we'll use the washi and the budget kit today. I am going to be going with this really pretty sweater kind of print, which is one of my favorites. I also have the buffalo plaid if you are more into that. And we're just going to get started. I like to set up my monthly budget spread on the right side of the page. So off the bat, I'm just going to white that top out, and I'm going to take my washi up here and I'll just lay it down like so. This is such a pretty washi kit. I love it. And things are going to be a little bit different for this month, especially because my fixed expenses side of my budget is longer than my variable side, which has never happened to me in the past, like at all, which is kind of crazy. This year has been kind of all over the place, of course, not only for me, I'm sure for everyone else, but also for my budget. As I mentioned in yesterday's video, in my November debt snowball video, I actually didn't make an extra debt payment, which was definitely super weird. And now this is happening, that one side of my budget is longer than the other, which has never happened before, but definitely used to expecting the unexpected. So for income, of course, as you know, I do receive a paycheck from my shop, Romina Rosa. This amount is for the most part fixed. So I get the same amount every single month. It's just an amount to make sure that all of my bills and everything that I have to pay in my cash envelopes are covered. So I do like to give that to myself. And I know I've been saying and kind of going back and forth between if I'm going to be showing you guys and just, showing you guys the real numbers and all of that. But to be honest, I feel like if I were to do that, it would just give a lot of room for judgment as to how I'm spending my money or how I can allocate it better and whatnot, which I don't think it's anybody's right to do but my own. So for now, we're going to keep things as they've always been, which is not a change whatsoever, but that's just how I feel for now. Maybe in the future I'll show you guys, but I don't know. I think things like finances and how much money you make is a very personal thing. That was my whole spiel on that this month. And then I do like to have a section for all of my variable income sources, which include YouTube, Patreon. Those are pretty much it for the month, ones that I get pretty much every single month. But of course I have other ones like commission links. In the past I have sold some things on my D-Stash Instagram, which I actually have to check that because I will be adding more things this month. I've been looking through my collection and whatnot, so if you guys are into D-Stash Instagrams, definitely check that out. I will leave a link for it down below. Then I will just take a thin washi strip to break up my income from my expenses. This is just the making it cute part of the budget, which I absolutely love. It looks so cute. And I think I'll just put the fixed expenses as well. Side here. Okay. And I honestly love how neutral this whole spread is. It's not very like green and red in your face, which although I have loved in the past, I feel like I wanted to do something new for this month. So let me know if you're liking this kind of colorway for this month, especially for the people who've purchased these budgeting kits. So let's start off with our cash envelopes, which I did increase a bit of some of them. So first off, of course, I have my groceries cash envelope, and this is once again for the whole month. So I like to budget once a month, stuff my cash envelopes once a month, just because it's a lot easier for me instead of, you know, my shop paying me every 2 weeks to just pay myself once a month and just work off of that. So for groceries, I am going to keep the budget that I had for last month, so $300 for groceries, which might be a little high for some people, especially because me and Paul do contribute to paying for groceries and whatnot. We pretty much split everything, but since it is a holiday month and I do foresee myself having to like bake things and do just holiday things, I do want to keep the budget of $300 for groceries, so that's what that's going to be. Then we have my eating out cash envelope, which I am increasing by $25 just because, once again, holiday season probably means that I'm going to want to get an extra cup of fancy coffee or eat out a little bit more. Of course, things are way different this year, but I still wanted to make sure that I have all of my bases covered by increasing a little bit of that. So I'm increasing that by $25, and of course this is only for myself, by the way. This whole budget is just for me, my income, and my expenses, and my part of the rent, pretty much. And then after eating out, I have my household cash envelope. I'm actually decreasing the amount that I have in here. I believe last month I budgeted $200 because of like Christmas decoration and stuff like that, but I think I'm going to lower it this month to $125. Typically, I would be okay with just $100, but just in case I'm missing something or we're in need of something extra, I want to once again have all my bases covered by just budgeting $125 for this month. Then for my gas cash envelope, I'm going to be budgeting the same amount as I did last month, $70. This is always more than enough for me, but just in case I decide to go to visit my sister, which she lives like around an hour and a half away, I will just have that. I honestly just pumped gas though at the very end of November, so I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use this all up, but just in case. I think moving forward, maybe in the beginning of the year, I might just end up doing half of this, which is bonkers, but as you guys know, I work from home and I don't really go out anywhere, and I think it'd just be better to just save $35 worth of gas just to tighten up my budget a little bit. I think that's kind of what I'm going to do for the future. But for this month, it's getting $70. Then I have my allowance cash envelope, and that is going to get $100. As always, I've always given myself $100, and I've honestly been buying myself presents from my Christmas sinking fund. So I think 100 is fine. Like, we need to cut this girl because she thinks that the Christmas sinking fund means that she can buy all the presents for herself too. But yeah, so 100 is what I'm giving myself for allowance. And then for beauty, I am actually going to be budgeting the most I've ever budgeted for beauty, because this month I'm getting both my eyelashes as well as my nails done, which I've kind of gone back and forth if I should consider my nails a business expense, because this is mostly what I get them done for, of course for myself, but also for my videos and how they look on camera. And I mean, this is not like a ridiculous amount because it's around the same as I've been budgeting the past 2 months. But I think starting in January, I'm no longer going to be getting my eyelashes done. This is probably going to be the last month that I get them done, just because it is a bit of money to be spending on both my eyelashes, my nails, and then even giving myself an allowance. I just think that that's too much. And if anything, I'll probably get my eyelashes done again in my birthday month, which is February. So I think I will just be giving it a break in January, which I know I'm saying this in December, but just to give you guys a heads up, I am budgeting $250 towards beauty. So that's what that is getting. And those 6 are pretty much my cash envelopes, the cash envelopes that I like to weekly check in with every single week. And aside from that, we have my phone bill, which I am budgeting $110 for. And then I don't have anything else. Typically in the month of December, I would have a category for like a Christmas party or Christmas presents if I didn't have my Christmas sinking fund, but I'm not going to be having a party or anything this month. And of course, I have all of my presents covered because of my Christmas sinking fund, which I've pushed all year long, and it's now out here shining its life away because I don't have to worry about that, which makes me so happy. And if it's something that you didn't start maybe this year, I definitely suggest that you consider it for next year to start a Christmas sinking fund, because I know that in the past I've been so stressed out about not having enough money for Christmas presents. So the last category that I will just be putting in the variable expenses side will be a category for any unbudgeted expenses. And for this, I don't budget anything, but I just like to have it as a placeholder. So I'm not going to lay down my total sticker just yet, because I think I'm going to put it on the same line as the fixed expenses, and you'll see how long this will be in a second. So for fixed expenses, those are all my bills that don't change. It's pretty much the same every single month, those being rent, car insurance, renter's insurance, and all of that. So first and foremost, of course, we have rent, which rent is $800 every single month. Then I have a car payment. And the funny thing about my car payment and rent is that they're both due on the 1st. So we love the beginning of the month around here. For car payment, that is $348 with 6 cents. Then I have car insurance. And my car insurance is $200. Renter's insurance is a fixed amount of $10.83 every single month. Then I pay for internet, which is $69.98. Then we have subscriptions, and these are small subscriptions that I like to just bring together, like my part of the Spotify family plan that I'm currently on with my sister, as well as just like iCloud storage. So it's nothing too big, and that's the reason why I like to group them together. And together they are only $6.99. I just don't see a reason for me to separate those since it's such a small amount. So I just group those together. Then I have my student loans, which the minimum for that is $130.77. Then I have giving, In giving, I do 150. And then I have my sinking funds, which I will be making a sinking funds setup video, as well as me physically stuffing my cash envelopes, and those are going to be getting $737 this month. And then I think I will just end up putting my extra debt payment here. So this is anything extra that my shop will be contributing towards my student loans, which is the next debt up that I have to pay. So I'm going to leave that blank. Typically, I know how much it's going to go towards that towards the end of the month, so that stays blank until then. So I guess I can go ahead and just, I'm going to skip a couple of lines just in case I miss something. I honestly don't think so, but I also don't want it to like look weird, so I'm kind of going to center everything together. I'm a little weird like that, so maybe I should have skipped a line here too, but that's okay. All right, so that is that. And those are pretty much all of my bills for the month. I'm next going to set up a total section at the bottom of the spread. Which this month is definitely going to be a breeze, especially because I don't have big expenses like worrying about Christmas presents like I mentioned. And there, aside from that, there's really nothing else that I have to pay for out of the ordinary, which is great. I just want to definitely make sure to stay under budget on all of my cash envelopes this month. But of course, that is always the goal, to spend the least amount and to save the most that I can, which don't we all wish for that. So now I'm just going to go through the deco pieces and just laying them down where I see fit. So I put the piggy bank in this squared off box, which I like to put whatever money I have left over, so any of my savings and all of that there. And then I'll just put the money stack, the income, and the cash envelopes next to the expenses. So now, last but not least, I'm just going to make some lines, but that is pretty much going to be it for this video. Let me just make my lines really quickly. Alright friends, so this is how my December monthly budget spread is going to look like. If you enjoyed this video, as always, please do not forget to give it a huge thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel if you guys are not subscribed already. And hopefully I'll get to see you guys for the next couple of videos. If you guys are interested, I am doing Vlogmas this year, so make sure you check out, I believe, day 1. Maybe day 2 is already up by this time. So hopefully I'll get to see you guys on those. Bye guys!